Hello and welcome to Access You TV. My name is Michelle Edhouse, and today on Access You TV I'd like to talk to you about what have you decided will create your reality. Now, so often things show up as if by magic, and when you've already decided that something can only show up this way, or by this person providing it, or as in this format, or whatever that is, are you cutting off the possibilities that the universe can use to create what you're asking for? Now, over the last 2 months, I've been working with a group of people with the Pulling in Your Reality classes, and it's a daily energy pull, and we get together and we look at what energies they desire to create as their life, as their reality, and we pull energy through those and invite those to show up. Now, one of the things that people are starting to recognize in this series is that things don't actually show up the way you think they will. Now, Dr. Dane here has been saying this for a while. It's a bit of a catchphrase for him. What if it doesn't show up the way you think it will? And it's so often that we have a point of view about what's going to show up, where it's going to show up, how it's going to show up, when it's going to show up, and who's going to show it up. And the universe is going, well, actually, I could give it to you right now if you're willing to receive it from this person over here. And you're like, no. It's got to be Bob. Bob's the one that's going to provide that. So universe, you need to create it so that this shows up via Bob. And the universe is like, oh, Jinkies, do you know how much work I have to do to create that? I could just give it to you from Alan. Alan's right there. He's got it. He's willing to gift it to you. Please, go on. I dare you. Take on something else. Do something else. Allow something else to show up. I'm like, nope, it's got to come from Bob. Otherwise, it doesn't exist. Okay, fine. And 5 weeks later, you finally get what you're asking for from Bob, when you could have had it within 20 seconds from Alan. Now, that may be a little bit of an exaggeration, but how often have you had an awareness of what's possible and then defined it? Oh, well, that's going to show up if I buy this rental property, and if I buy it with this mortgage from this particular bank, and I install a tenant that will pay this amount of money, then that will create this amount of income. Yet, if you did that over there, that income was like that quick, no debt, but you decided. So what have you decided will create what you desire? That if you didn't have that point of view, would allow it to show up as if by magic, far quicker, far easier, and with far less hassles. Everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 boys, shorts and beyonds. Now, for those of you new to my channel, that's the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. Go to theclearingstatement.com for more info. But it's pretty much your magic wand. Have you always wanted a magic wand that can change stuff just like that? I know I did. And when I came across Access Consciousness and they introduced the clearing statement, I was like, ta-da! The skies opened, the angels started playing their little whatever they play. I know, it sounds a bit bizarre, but it works. And so when you've decided and concluded who it's coming from, how it's coming, what is coming, when it's coming, where it's coming from, it just limits what can show up. What if you just went, what would it take to have an extra $100,000 a year income? Can I have that now, please? And any points of view I have limiting how, what, where, when, and who it comes from, I destroy and uncreate that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine boys, shorts and beyonds. And when those possibilities show up, are you willing to look at it and go, is this what I've been asking for? And if I choose this, how much ease, joy and glory can I have? Now, there's going to be things that show up. And the cool thing about the universe and the cool thing about asking questions is the universe goes, oh, there's this, or there's this, or there's this, or there's this, and you get to choose. Now, say the universe shows you 3 different options. And I'm not going to start listing off different options because for everybody, the different options will be different for them. So I'm not going to, I know that when I started asking questions about new income streams, there was like 15 different multi-level marketing businesses show up. Now for me, it's not fun to create a multi-level marketing business. It's not what I desire to choose. So I had to look at, what am I asking for? Am I asking for an opportunity to show up to make $100,000 a year? Or am I asking for $100,000 a year extra to show up in my bank account? Because when you ask for an opportunity, it's here. And you actually have to change and choose different and be different. And when you ask for something that is what you desire to actually have, it shows up totally different. Now, we've been talking a lot on the Pulling in Your Reality series about the difference between asking for something to show up and asking to have something. Now, the difference is, if you haven't already worked it out, the difference is having something show up could be, what would it take for a beautiful, romantic, joyful, orgasmic relationship to show up in my life? And you're walking down the street and there's this gorgeous little couple sitting on a bench seat, absolutely lost in each other. The orgasmic energy is sparkling and creating this, cartoon-wise, everything else is grey and there's this coloured bubble around them where the world is just joyful and expansive and yummy. It's showing up in your life. It showed up. You're like, oh, look, that's what I've been asking for. Actually having it for you, totally different story. You are one of that couple. You are the one that's actually be those energies, have those energies, choose those energies, create that life and living. So are you asking for things to show up in your life? Or are you asking to have that life? What are you asking for? And what are you using to limit how, what, where, when, and who it shows up via? What else is possible, guys? Are you willing to have it show up as if by magic? Not just show up, but have it be your reality. Have it be your life and living. So what else is possible beyond asking for it to exist? What else is possible beyond your definitions of what, where, when, how, why, and who? Are you willing to choose that? Are you willing to have that? Are you willing to be out of control of how, what, where, when, why, and who it shows up as? It is that simple, guys. When you're willing to get out of control out of definition, out of linearity, and out of concentricities, it can show up. How's it get any better than that? Thanks for joining me here at Access UTV, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.